Hi everyone! So today I'm on my way to Art Cube in Makati for one of our school assignments. I honestly don't know what to expect yet, but I'm excited to explore the gallery. Yeah, so I'm here now and I'm with my sister, so come along with me and let's experience it together. Before we dive into the artworks, let's first get to know the artist and the story behind this collection. This exhibition, Build, Breed, Bleed, is by Filipino visual artist si Ron Señeres. The title is inspired by three significant moments in the Bible that also reflect the different stages of human life. Through this collection, Señeres explores themes of creation, growth, struggle, and transformation, inviting viewers to reflect on both personal and shared human experiences. So now, let's take a closer look at the collection. The title of the first artwork is 1 Corinthians 3:11. The painting uses a monochromatic palette consisting of black, white, and different shades of gray. The artist relies on dark shades and soft gray tints to create strong contrast, depth, and a somber mood that reflects themes of construction, struggles, and transformation. Vertical lines from the rebars and wooden posts dominate the composition, symbolizing growth, strength, and buildings in progress. Diagonal lines created by the scattered construction materials suggest movement, instability, and the ongoing process of change. Horizontal lines in the building provide balance and structure. The artwork demonstrates a symmetrical balance. The dense arrangement of construction debris in the foreground is balanced by the open architectural space in the background and the tall vertical posts at the center. Yes, the artwork is dominated by geometric shapes, especially rectangles and straight-edged forms found in the walls, windows, lumber, and roofing materials. This reinforce the theme of construction and the built environment. Yes, the artist creates convincing implied textures that make the wood appear rough, the metal rebars rigid, the concrete weathered, and the fabric sacks soft and wrinkled. These textures enhance the realism of the scene. Line and shape are repeatedly used throughout the composition. The recurring vertical flows, rebars, rectangular structures, and monochromatic tones create unity and rhythm while emphasizing the unfinished nature of the construction site. Yes, the central cluster of vertical rebars and wooden posts from the focal point. Their height and contrast immediately draw the viewer's attention, symbolizing structures still being built and reflecting the exhibition's theme of continual growth and transformation. I appreciate how the artist transforms an ordinary construction site into a meaningful reflection on life and faith. The realistic details, monochromatic style, and biblical symbolism make the artwork both visually striking and emotionally thought-provoking. Knowing the artist's concept adds greater meaning to the work. The unfinished construction site represents not only physical buildings, but also the ongoing journey of human life and spiritual growth. Inspired by the biblical themes of creation, purpose, sin, and redemption, the artwork reminds viewers that, like these structures, people are continually being shaped, rebuilt, and transformed. The second one is the contemporary art installation or sculpture shown in the image features a pile of rubble surrounded by the biblical text from John 8:7. He who is without sin among you, let him throw a stone at her first. The installation uses neutral colors such as white, gray, black, and beige with small accents of muted red and orange found on the concrete fragments. The colors have low intensity, creating a solemn and reflective atmosphere. Different shades and tints of gray emphasize the raw, unfinished quality of the construction materials. The circular arrangement of the text creates curved lines that draw the viewer's attention toward the center. The irregular edges of the broken concrete introduce diagonal and jagged lines, suggesting brokenness, conflict, and imperfection. The installation demonstrates radial balance. The quotation forms a circle around a pile of concrete, making the center the visual focus and creating a sense of unity. Yes, the dominant shapes are the irregular geometric forms of the broken concrete pieces. The circular arrangement of the text contrasts with the fragmented shapes, symbolizing the relationship between brokenness and wholeness. The installation features actual texture rather than implied texture. The rough, cracked, and uneven surfaces of the concrete fragments can be physically seen and would feel coarse if touched, reinforcing the theme of destruction and rebuilding. Shape and texture are repeated throughout the pile of broken concrete. The repeated gray tones and fragmented forms create visual unity while emphasizing the theme of ruins and reconstruction. Yes, the pile of broken concrete at the center is the focal point. It is further emphasized by the circular biblical quotation, "He who is without sin among you, let him throw a stone at her first," which directs the viewer's attention to the symbolic stones and encourages reflection on judgment, forgiveness, and grace. I like how the artist uses simple construction debris to communicate a powerful biblical message. The combination of ordinary materials and scripture transforms the installation into a meaningful reflection on human brokenness, mercy, and redemption. This encourages viewers to examine themselves before judging others. By using broken concrete instead of literal stones, the artist connects themes of construction, destruction, and spiritual renewal. It reminds us that although people are broken by sin, grace offers the possibility of restoration and new life. And lastly, the Peter 1 and Peter 2. The artwork uses a monochromatic palette of white, black, and different shades of gray. The left painting uses darker gray and black tones, while the right painting features light gray and white tones. The subtle contrast creates depth and emphasizes the texture of the concrete fragments. The fragments are defined mainly by irregular diagonal and angular line, giving them a rough, natural appearance. The straight edges of the square canvases provide contrast and create stability. Artwork demonstrates symmetrical balance. The two square paintings are equally sized and evenly spaced, creating a balanced and harmonious composition despite the irregular shapes of the concrete pieces. Yes, the dominant shapes are irregular geometric forms representing broken pieces of concrete. Their uneven outlines contrast with the clean square backgrounds, emphasizing themes of brokenness and restoration. Yes, the paintings create implied texture, making the concrete fragments appear rough, cracked, and heavy through detailed shading and realistic brushwork. Although painted on a flat surface, they look almost three-dimensional. Color, shape, and texture are repeated. The grayscale palette, realistic concrete fragments, and square canvas format create unity between the two paintings. Yes, each painting's concrete fragment serves as its focal point. The strong contrast between the fragments and the plain background immediately draws the viewer's attention. I like the simplicity of the composition and how the artist transforms ordinary pieces of concrete into meaningful symbols. The realistic painting style and minimal color palette encourage viewers to focus on the deeper message rather than decoration. The paired paintings reflect the exhibition's themes of faith, transformation, and spiritual growth. The contrast between the lighter and darker pieces may symbolize different stages of the Christian journey, reminding the viewers that even broken and ordinary objects can communicate hope, renewal, and God's work in our lives. So that's all for today. Thank you all so much.